So what's going on, guys? This is predictiondog.com. Let's go over UFC Fight Night 219 happening February 18th, 2023. Let's start off with our prelim fights. See if I can pronounce this one properly. Juan Camilo Ronderas against Clayton Carpenter. So we have Clayton as a minus 315 coming into the fight from Arizona against the Colombian, who was 4-1, plus 260. I have Carpenter knocking this guy out in the third round. Let's move on up to welterweight, 170 pounds. We have AJ Fletcher, the Ghost, against Themba Gorimbo, nicknamed The Answer. AJ's record here is 9-2. He's a minus 275 favorite, fighting out of Lafayette, Louisiana, against The Answer, who is fighting out of Johannesburg, South Africa. He is 10-3. Got Fletcher winning this one, probably decision. We got most of the people in the Tapology, 59% are on Fletcher as getting the decision here. So let's move on up to former football player from University of Tennessee, Ovent St. Purix, against Felipe Lins. This is a light heavyweight bout at 205. We got OBS is an underdog. He's plus 185. He's been around for a while. He's 26-16. He's fighting out in Knoxville, Tennessee, where the University of Tennessee is. 39 years old. Going up against the Monstra, Felipe Lins, ranked 38th in the world. He's 15-5, 225, minus 225, fighting out of Rio Grande do Norte in Brazil. I have Lins winning by decision. Of course, there'll be a 3-round fight here in the prelims. Next fight up, we have in our featherweights, 145, we have Jamal Embers against Hoslin Ashabab. Ashabab is undefeated, 23-0, minus 155. He is a Russian fighting out of South Florida, 28 years old. The weight class here is 145, of course, in the featherweights. We got the pretty boy Embers. He's 33 years old. He's fighting out of the Redlands, California, at Principal MMA. He's won 3 of his last 5, so the odds here is the Russian Ashabab is minus 155. Embers pays back plus 130. I believe it's going to be a submission for the Russian here, round 2. Let's move on up to bantamweight, the women's division. Preliminary card, 135 pounds, 3-round fight. We got Linda Landsberg. She is 10-7, lost her last 3. She's from Sweden, Malmo, Sweden, 40 years old, going up against a 31-year-old, heavily favored, minus 500 Brazilian, Mayra Buena Silva. The Chitara is her nickname, against the Elbow Queen in Landsberg. So we going to go with the Bueno Silva as a decision. Looks like Tapology has decision down for Bueno Silva. 63% of the people who wrote in here like her getting a decision here. Looking towards the lightweight division, preliminary card, 155. We got a 3-round fight between the Black Wolf, Nazem Sadafov, if I pronounce that correctly, against Evan Elder. We got Elder, a underdog, plus 165, fighting out of Deerfield Beach, Florida. He's 25 years old. Also, the Black Wolf here, fighting now. He's from New York, fighting out of Brooklyn, minus 200. He's won his last 5. 1, 2, 3 knockouts, a decision, and a submission. So, looks like the Nasm has it going on with the knockout, so we're going to grab him, knockout in the second round. The odds here, like I said, Nasm's minus 200, Elder plus 165. One of the closer bouts going on this card here at the UFC Fight Night 219. Next up, you have Jim Miller. Jim, I believe, is going to set a record for the appearances in the UFC this evening. 39 years old, fighting out of New Jersey, Whippany, New Jersey. Yes, that's one of my dogs. So, A10 Jim Miller, he's a plus 190. Going up against a 30-year-old Alexander Hernandez, the Great Ape, as you well know, from San Antonio, Texas. I believe Jim might get the submission here. 60% of the Topology guys are all over the submission. Jim, as you well know, likes sticking to the ground. Non-stop, relentless contender. So let's go with Jim at the 155-pound lightweight card, getting the submission over the Great Ape, Alex Hernandez. Next up, light heavyweights, 205 pounds. I guess that would be my card. Let's grab William Knight against Marcin Prachinova. And we have, let's see here, William Knight. He is plus 100 against minus 120, the Polish Marcin Prachinova. Looks like 81% of the people are jumping all over the TKO for the Nightmare, William Knight, to take care of the Polish contender, fighting out of Amsterdam, Netherlands. So, there's your upset right there. Slight upset. Pays back 100, even money. But if you take a knockout with William Knight, pays back pretty nicely. Odds are not quite up yet. It is a Friday afternoon. I don't know why, but anyway, we'll check back tomorrow. Next up, finally coming to some heavyweights here. The heavyweight being Josh Parisian, going up against Jamal Prungus. Prungus, the Storm Trooper. So we got the Stormtrooper Prungus is a minus 250. And he's out of Victorsville, California. Going up against Josh Parisian. He's from Brighton, Michigan. So, actually got Prungus down here for decision. Should be a pretty hard-fought bout. I believe that it'll keep on his feet. Two good boxers from their feet, but I think they'll nullify each other. So next up, we got Zach Prunga against Jordan Wright, the Beverly Hills Ninja. So we got Zach Prunga, the Ripper, minus 275. 34 years old, going up against the Beverly Hills Ninja, plus 230. I believe the last few times I've seen the Beverly Hills Ninja, he has lost. And I guess that is right because he's lost 4 out of his last 5 fights here. I think the only winning one was James Pickett by knees probably 2 years ago. Anyway, I got Prungus knockout first round. Of course, you get some good money on the knockout for Zach over Jordan Wright. So check out them odds. Now, the main card here, we got flyweights for the women, 125 pounds. We got Jessica Andrade against Erin Blanchfield. Should be a very close fight here. We got a Jessica minus 135. She's from Parana, Brazil. She has won 4 of her last 5 fights. Up against cold-blooded Erin Blanchfield, plus 115, fighting out in New York. She has won her last 5. She's 10-1 altogether. She's 8 years younger than Jessica, so she's under 23 years old. So she should have the energy. Jessica has the experience. So we'll see where this one goes. My prediction is Blanchfield outlasts her throughout the 5 rounds. So I'll take Blanchfield in a slight upset. Most of the public sees as Jessica's going to be too much and it's going to knock her out. Since Erin has not been knocked out as far as I know, she just does have that 1 loss. I don't see that happening. So I'm going to go with Erin Blanchfield for the upset plus 115. And I think that should do it. But so far, I'm 357 and 250 losses. I believe that is a calculation around 59% in my picks, and that is up against the spread here. So, best of luck to you guys. Underdog, PredictionDog.com. Check me out on my website. Every day I do throw up my ticker a free winner for you guys. So, best of luck. Fight night 219, I believe that's out of Las Vegas this weekend. So enjoy it, and we'll check back next week with the big fight with John Jones and Cyril Gane. Should be a great fight. Thanks, boys. Have a good night.